Hey, what to do, Sports Spoiler? What to do? Real Touch Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. I got a great statement for you all. I want to go ahead and update you all on the high school, Arkansas high school football playoffs update in 4A, 5A, and also 6A. We got a big upset in 7A. All right, but listen, before I get started, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also the share button. Okay? And that's make sure you all give me your feedback on what you all think about this segment right here. Listen, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. This is high school football in Arkansas. As you all know, it's coming down to the nitty gritty. It's coming down to some of the best teams going face to face in the state championship game. Who actually got to Little Rock? Who will be going on the road next weekend trying to stamp their ticket to Little Rock in 4A and also I think 5A as well. But no, 5A, I think their championship is next week. But listen, let's talk about 4A for a second. And it pretty much was the four teams. I came on earlier this week and I said that I think it was going to be the four teams. But listen, one of the teams was upset. Rivercrest upset of Orkadelphia. Wasn't really an upset because Orkadelphia had already lost, what they would say, 8-4, 7-3. So it wasn't really an upset. But we're all surprised. You know, Rivercrest, they came into the game. They were underdogs. They played. I watched this game. And the one thing I'm going to say this right here. Now I'm going to give you all the score. Orkadelphia was defeated by Rivercrest 36-12. The one thing I can say about Rivercrest is the reason why I think that they're going to give a lot of people issues is that Rivercrest can run the ball. They can take the air out of the ball and actually make you, they can limit your possession. Okay. And that is the one thing because the team that they will be traveling, the team that they will be facing against is undefeated Warren Lumberjack coming out of 4A, 8-4A. But Warren pretty much dominated Ozark, beating them down to the ground. I got up and it was already 20, I think it was like 24-7. And they ended up winning the game 45-7. So Warren will face off against Rivercrest next week. And now this game right here can be very challenging for Warren because Warren is one of those teams that throws the ball more than they run. And Warren can strike pretty quick. And what Rivercrest is going to want to do is they're going to want to run it with Kobe Turner. They're going to want to run Kobe Turner to death. Not to death, but I'm just saying they're going to want to run the heck out of him. And that is going to make Warren have to try to score. Warren is one of those quick strike offenses. Sometimes those quick strike offenses can pretty much, be it can be something that they need in the end. Well, if you are a quick strike offense, let me break this down. If you are a quick strike offense and you're going against a team that's like the Kansas City Chiefs going against, let's see, a team that loves to run like Baltimore, they can limit to your possession. So you normally get 8 possessions per game. They might limit it to 4. So if you get those 4 possessions, it's gonna be pivotal to this Lumberjack team that they're gonna have to score every time they get that ball. And that is what I'm saying. All right. Now we're back on the track. So that's what I'm saying when it comes down to facing a team like Rivercrest or the Lumberjacks, why it could be very frustrating for them because every now you see Rivercrest will run the ball and they'll get first down after first down after first down. Next thing you know, it's halftime. Warren has only had 2 possessions. Yes, they have 14 points, but Rivercrest have 3 possessions and they got 21 points. So you see what I'm saying? Rivercrest gets the ball, after halftime. Now it's 28-14. So that's what I'm saying when you facing against a team that loves to run it. But I think that's going to be a hell of a game. I think Warren could pull it off. This Rivercrest team is very experienced with Kobe Turner and the rest of those boys, Rainey. They're very experienced. They was here last year. Warren was here last year as well. Now, Warren was defeating Malvern last year, 21-0. And that's when everything went haywire. They pretty much let Malvern comes back and defeat them. Now, Rivercrest lost in the same round last year, which was to Orkadelphia. They got their revenge. Warren and Rivercrest is going to be a hell of a game. I think this right here is the perfect scenario, the perfect matchup for this Lumberjack team to get to Little Rock, get to the state championship game. On the other side, it's probably one of the best games in the state. You got Elkins versus Hardin Academy. And I've been telling everybody about Elkins all season. Elkins lost last year in the state playoffs, right? They lost to Nashville. They lost to Nashville in the score was 63-62. If you put up 60 points, I feel like you should win the game. But this Elkins team has come back strong, and they have dominated this season. They have dominated every last opponent that they have faced. They are 13-0, and they have dominated all 13 opponents. What about Hardin Academy? Hardin Academy has done the exact same thing. They have dominated all their opponents. So this right here is going to be the perfect matchup. You got Owens over here from Hardin Academy. You got Dizzy Dean over here from Elkins. These are the two perfect quarterbacks that's going to go head-to-head. I don't think neither one of these teams will be stopped. I think that this game right here is going to come down to this. Who have the ball last? I think if Elkins can just hang in there in the first three quarters, I think that they can pull this game off. I'm going with Elkins to win this game. I don't know why I'm even drawn to this team, but I think that Elkins is the perfect team, and they have a better defense than Hardin Academy. Now, that's going to be my scenario. I think that Warren will win on the one side, and I think Elkins will win on the other side, and I think that these two teams will meet in Little Rock for the 4A state championship. 5A. I've been saying this all season. It's Little Rock Parkview versus everybody else. Little Rock Parkview, they did it again. Today, they pretty much dominated a really good Camden Fairview team, 42-13. Now, it's a rematch from last year's state championship game. Now, last season, I was getting ready to come over here to Korea. I was getting ready to come to PCS over here to Korea. And I said, you know what? I want to go to a game. I want to go watch Shiloh Christian play. Because I had been hearing about Bo Williams. When I was arriving at the stadium in Little Rock, I was hearing Bo Williams on the carry, touchdown, Shiloh Christian. I said, yeah, they about to go and blow Little Rock Parkview out. But then I got into the stadium and I got a rude awakening. It was a surprise. Because I finally got a chance to see a team play a complete game. That was Little Rock Parkview. Little Rock Parkview has played like that all season since that game right there. They have been perfect all season. And I think that going into this state championship game against the team, it's going to be a rematch of last year's championship game against Shiloh Christian. I think that Little Rock Parkview is going to come into this game a little bit more confident, a little bit more. I think they're going to be a little bit more comfortable than last season because Shiloh Christian was the favorite last season. Parkview is going to be the favorite this year. I think they're going to come into this game and they're going to play Little Rock Parkview football. I think that Shiloh Christian can stay in the game. If they can make it very uncomfortable for this Parkview team and run it with Bo Williams, but I think they're going to need a little bit more than Bo Williams to beat this Little Rock Parkview team. Because this Little Rock Parkview team right here have a monster. They got a really, really good defense. They got a nasty defense. Yeah, they defense nasty. Their defensive line is nasty. And that's the reason why I say that they can make it very uncomfortable for Shiloh Christian if they come out here and they let their type of football set in. I think that Shiloh Christian is going to play a hell of a game, but in the end, I think Parkview will ultimately win the state championship in 5A. Okay, let's go ahead and move to 6A. Greenwood is the team to beat in 6A. Greenwood pretty much slap Pulaski Academy. Everybody know the way I feel about Pulaski Academy. That's one of my favorite teams. But they went down there to Greenwood, and Greenwood pretty much gave them a taste of their own medicine. Normally, this Pulaski Academy team is normally the one that's putting up 50s and 60s and 70s. But tonight, it was Greenwood that was putting up 56. And they beat this Pulaski Academy team 56-26. And I always tell people, I say, listen, Greenwood is a rich tradition. They are a team that's going to be here every year. every year they're going to be in the state championship or they're going to be in the semifinal. And guess what? They're heading back to the state championship game again. This is going to be a hell of a game. And I'm going to let you all know who they will be playing. Park View will be playing boom, boom, boom. And it's going to be, it should be next Friday. Let's see. Well, I'll let you all know later on this week who this team will be playing against. But like I tell you all, this is a really, really good Greenwood team. Actually, I can find out right now. Let me go in here real quick. I'm gonna find out. Greenwood. Okay. I should have already known this right here, but hey, it is what it is. So Greenwood will be facing off against Little Rock Christian Academy. So yeah, that's who they will be facing in the 6A state championship game. It would be Greenwood versus Little Rock Christian Academy. Little Rock Christian Academy is back here again. They are another one of those good teams. Okay, they're coming in at 10-2, but I don't think that Little Rock Christian Academy can hang with this Greenwood team. And like I said, you know, Little Rock Christian Academy beat Ben. I thought that Ben would probably win that game, but Little Rock Christian Academy pulled it off. But I just think that this is the year that Greenwood wins it all. Last year, they lost in the state championship game in a game that I'm happy that Pulaski Academy won. But I said it after this game. I said, man, Pulaski Academy could have easily lost this game, being that the way Greenwood came into this game and the way they were scoring. And I'm talking about, you know, back and forth. But it was critical mistakes in the game that really cost Greenwood in the state championship game. And I think that they cleaned that up. I think that now this Greenwood team right here, they don't have to play perfect to still win games because they have a really, really good defense and they have a very explosive offense led by a sophomore. So this Greenwood team right here can make mistakes and still put up 50. So, and like I said about Hardin Academy and Elkins, hell, Greenwood hadn't had a close game none this season as well. They have blown everybody out all season. And guess what? I expect them to do the same thing in this championship game against Little Rock Christian Academy. I just don't think Little Rock Christian Academy have enough to defeat this Greenwood team. And like I said, Greenwood is a really, really good team. Like I said, I expect for them to come and put up a fight. But in the end, I think that Greenwood, they are hungry. They know what they need to do. They know that they need to pretty much stamp this thing. And like I said, I expect for them to stamp this thing. And in 7A, we had an upset, the biggest upset in the state of Arkansas, which was Bryant and Benville. Bryant goes up against Benville. Benville pretty much beat the brakes off of Bryant. Man, when I tuned into this game, it was 14-14. I said, you know what, Bryant, they starting to set in. Then it was 21-14 Benville. And then Bryant scored before the halftime. And then it was 21-21. So I said, you know what? I expect for Bryant to come out here in the second half. And I expect for them to pretty much ice this game. They did come back out, but they damn sure didn't ice the game. They came back out and Benville was ready. Benville pretty much went up and they dominated this game. When I say they dominated this team like no other team has done them this season. This right here was the one time where I seen Bryant was actually looking like just a regular team. They lost earlier this season to Little Rock Park Group, but hell, they didn't look regular. This game right here, they looked it regular on this football field. They ended up losing the game 52-35 in a game that I was like, man. And this Benville team right here is going against an undefeated Fayetteville team, which Fayetteville defeated Conway 24-21, and that was a hell of a game right there. But the thing about this Conway team, the thing about this Fayetteville team is the Fayetteville is coming in undefeated. A lot of people hadn't been talking about them none this season. But if you go back and you look at their schedule, they have had, one close game, which was Rogers, 47-42. And if you remember, they beat Benville early in the season, 42-21. Will it be a repeat of that again? I think it's going to be a repeat of that again. I think this Bentonville team wanted to beat Bryant so bad. And I think that this right here is the game. This right here was their game of the year. And I think that next week, Fayetteville will pretty much bring them back down to reality and defeat them next week in Little Rock in the state championship game. So I think Fayetteville will win 7-8 with Bryant out the way and Conway out the way. All right, but y'all let me know what y'all think about this segment. What y'all make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, the share button, all right, the like button as well. And just make sure y'all comment and let me know what you all think about this segment, all right? But hey, this right is my first time using this setting right here, and I'm gonna get better at it. But listen, this right here is Arkansas High School football playoffs update of 4A, 5A, 6A, and like I said, Bryant was upset in 7A, and why Bentonville versus Fayetteville is probably a breath of fresh air in 7A with Bryant and Conway out of the way. In 6A, like I said before, it's gonna be Greenwood that pretty much openly take home the state championship game, the championship this year, which they should have did it last year. And in 5A, Little Rock Park Group versus everybody else. Little Rock Park Group, the only team that can beat this team, I feel, is a very overconfident Little Rock Park Group. If Little Rock Park Group comes in here and be focused like they normally are, I expect for them to beat Shiloh Christian again in the state championship game. And in 4A, I expect for whoever wins the game out of Elkins and Hardin Academy, I expect for them to move on, and I expect for them to hopefully win the 4A state championship game. But hey, listen, man, make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button. And also, like I said, comment on this segment. Hey, thank you all again for listening to another great segment of the Real Untouchable Podcast with me, Ray Diggs. Hey, y'all, peace. And y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. Y'all do not eat too much, but make sure y'all have fun and be safe out there. Thank y'all again for watching. Peace.